top, because you can see the top part of the ride here, Big New River Loop. This is the New River. This is 7th Street right here going down to Carefree Highway. He puts these together into one graphic. And what does he say? For the month of March, White records 268.6 kilometers for the month. They're not going to be able to read it if it's that small. For the month of March, White records 268.6 kilometers for the month. For the first week of March, he records 345K. Well, okay, immediate problem there. He doesn't understand what he's talking about. Strava weeks are Monday through Sunday. It's just the way it is. So if the month starts in the middle of that week, at the beginning of that week, and whatever, that's irrelevant. The week will still be the week. That's a difference of 76.4 kilometers. That could not, notice this, could not account for the monthly total without including the last day of February, which of course it did, which would be Monday. We know that on Saturday, White rode 116 kilometers, 72 miles. Now look at the bar graph for Monday and look at the height of the graph for Saturday. It's virtually the same and should be much lower. Furthermore, February 29th was the Grand Fondo for the end of February. White got a badge for this, which means he had to ride 118 kilometers. Thus, the Monday bar should be higher than March 5th. Now, what he doesn't understand is Grand Fondo is any part of February. And how long you have to do for that month's Grand Fondo depends on what month it is. It's longer during the summers, shorter during the winters. So what he's saying is, now, problem is this graphic has been squished. These are supposed to be circles. They're ellipses. I think I have, yeah, there's the real one. And you notice that they are circles. They're not ellipses. But he is right. Here's Saturday's ride, and there's just only a skosh difference using that line there. Only a skosh of a difference between this and this. So listen to what he says. Now here's I wish I had some conspiratorial music to play here.
Dun dun dun.
Okay, all right, yeah. There you go. White is either fudging his numbers or isn't where he says he's been during these times because the numbers are calling him out. Now, oh, great. Twitter says, Kent Hovind is at it again. Not even looking. Too much insanity. Too much insanity. Can't do it. Sorry. Now, point number one, and this is what's amazing to me. What kind of person has such an empty, shallow, vacuous, non-existent existence that you're doing this? I don't have time. I mean, on these rides, I was listening to Bart Ehrman. I was listening to material on the Islamic expansion. I got through the new book on the case for Jesus. I'm studying for books, for lectures, for teaching, for doing the dividing line. I've got a family. I've got a granddaughter, 2 granddaughters. I've got things to do. Who has the time to be going into someone's rides and accusing them of being someplace else? Is there some Jesuit priest riding around a bike someplace carrying my bike computer? Seriously? What kind of stalker? And this is the definition of I don't have a life. I'm going to stalk somebody else so I can at least think I have a purpose for existence. Jonathan, patience. I'm getting there. I have a right to determine what I talk about, okay? Thank you. What kind of a life? Who would ever trust a word this guy has to say? Don't you look at what a person's life is about? Why would anyone believe anything he has to say? Listen to anything that he has to say. He hasn't demonstrated any accomplishment in doing anything worthwhile. Point number 2. I've heard people say, and it probably came from this guy, that actually I'm getting my Jesuit training during this time. I'm not actually riding. These are all faked. And I don't know what I'm getting trained to do, but the Jesuits are training me during this. Is that what he's talking about? Isn't where he says he's been during these times, or is he accusing me of immoral activity? That's a possibility too. That's a real possibility. This guy, he has, like I said, there is no bottom floor for this guy. There is no gutter. He will dive as deep as he wants. The numbers are calling him out. Actually, Strava called him out and demonstrated that he's not as smart as he thinks he is. Because you see, he forgot one little thing that's right in front of his face. That middle graphic there with the orange monthly activity distance, see out there? That's cumulative. That's grand total. That's not just riding. That's running and rowing as well. And if you'll look back above, there's 16 kilometers of running, added number 5 more before the week was out, so it's 21. And 21,000 meters or 21 kilometers of rowing. When you add those in, guess what it adds up to? And when you take the Monday ride out, if you take the Monday ride out, where I got, and Rich can verify this, you remember? I got about 6 miles in. I got it into my head. I'm going out to the White Tank Mountains. I've ridden around the outside of them, but there's a park. I've lived in this valley for over 40 years. I've never been there. Never been there. So I said, you know what? I'm riding out there. So I started out on my training bike, and about 1,000 kilometers ago, I got a real good nick on that tire. The tires ain't cheap. Continental Grand Prix 4000S, $45 per tire. Now, they're the best tires you can get.